Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel The World Coin. On this channel, we explore rare and valuable coins from around the world. Old dollar coins, error coins, and hidden treasures that can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you love coin collecting, or want to know the real value of coins you already own, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you never miss an update. Let's get started with today's rare coin. I have 3 videos of 1 cent. So let's get started. The 1 cent 1982 United States of America with no mint mark is one of the most fascinating and complex coins in modern U.S. coin history because it represents a major transitional year that forever changed the composition of the American penny, making it far more significant than its humble 1 cent face value suggests. And although at first glance it looks like an ordinary Lincoln cent, its background, metal varieties, minting confusion, and collector demand have elevated certain examples into the category of high-value numismatic treasures worth hundreds to even thousands of dollars. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth, has always reflected the economic realities of its time. And by the late 1970s and early 1980s, rising copper prices caused the metal content of the penny to approach and sometimes exceed its face value, creating serious production and cost problems for the United States Mint. As a result, 1982 became a historic transition year, when the mint shifted from the traditional 95% copper composition to a new copper-plated zinc composition containing 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. And unlike most years, 1982 cents were struck in multiple varieties, making it one of the most studied and collected years in the entire Lincoln cent series. The no mint mark on the 1982 penny indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and during this year Philadelphia produced pennies in both copper and zinc compositions, with large date and small date styles, creating a complex matrix of varieties that continues to challenge collectors even decades later. In very fine condition, the 1982 cent displays moderate, even wear with Lincoln's portrait clearly outlined, visible hair separation above the ear, a distinct coat line, and fully readable inscriptions including "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 1982, while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial with visible columns, clear architectural lines, and legible inscriptions, "United States of America," and 1 cent, giving the coin strong eye appeal and historical character. What truly sets the 1982 no mint mark cent apart is the existence of rare and valuable errors and transitional anomalies, including cents struck on the wrong planchette, off-metal errors, dramatic off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, die cracks, die breaks, double dies, and weight mismatched pieces that reveal whether the coin is copper or zinc, with copper cents weighing approximately 3.11 grams and zinc cents weighing about 2.5 grams. A difference that has become critical in identifying valuable examples. Among the most famous and desirable pieces are 1982 no mint mark cents struck in copper when zinc was intended, as well as incorrectly plated or improperly bonded planchettes, which have sold at auctions for hundreds and, in rare certified cases, thousands of dollars, especially when authenticated by professional grading services. Historically, the 1982 penny symbolizes a turning point in American coinage philosophy, marking the end of the long-standing copper-based cent and the beginning of a cost-driven, modern approach to coin production, and this shift had a profound psychological impact on collectors and the public alike, as the penny transformed from a coin with real metal value into a token whose worth relied entirely on government backing. Because billions of 1982 cents were produced and heavily circulated, most surviving examples show significant wear or damage, making very fine condition pieces increasingly desirable, especially when they retain original surfaces and clear details, and when combined with rare varieties or errors, these coins become highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Ultimately, the 1 cent 1982 United States of America with no mint mark in very fine condition proves that even the smallest denomination can carry enormous historical weight, and while many examples remain common, the right combination of composition, variety, error, and condition can transform this everyday penny into a valuable collector's coin worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, securing its place as one of the most important and intriguing issues in the entire history of United States coinage. Next video. The 1 cent 2012 United States of America with no mint mark may appear at first glance to be a modern and ordinary Lincoln penny, but when studied closely through the lens of numismatic history, minting technology, condition rarity, and era varieties, it becomes clear that this coin holds a unique and meaningful place in U.S. coinage and can achieve significant market value in special circumstances, especially when preserved in very fine condition or better. The Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, has evolved over more than a century, and by 2012 it represented a fully modernized coin produced using advanced minting techniques while still carrying deep historical symbolism, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse representing unity, freedom, and American heritage, and the reverse design featuring the Union Shield, which was introduced in 2010 and continued in 2012 to symbolize Lincoln's preservation of the United States as one nation. The absence of a mint mark on the 2012 1 cent indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is historically the first and most important mint in the United States, and Philadelphia-produced cents often attract collectors because they reflect the core output of U.S. coinage. In very fine condition, the 2012 penny shows light to moderate circulation wear, with Lincoln's facial features still well defined, visible hair details, a clear jawline, and readable inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2012, while the reverse shield design retains strong vertical and horizontal lines, clear lettering, and balanced eye appeal, making the coin attractive for both beginner and advanced collectors. Although billions of 2012 cents were minted, which makes standard examples relatively common, the true value and excitement surrounding this coin come from rare mint errors, striking anomalies, and exceptional condition pieces, including double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, broad strikes, die cracks, die breaks, and improper metal bonding in the copper-plated zinc composition, and when such errors are authenticated and graded, their market value can rise dramatically into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars, particularly if the coin is well preserved and visually striking. Historically, the 2012 cent represents the era of cost-efficient coin production, using a zinc core with a thin copper plating, a format that began in 1982 and continues today, and this composition has created opportunities for plating errors and exposed zinc cores, which are highly collectible and often undervalued by the public despite strong demand among specialists. From a coin history perspective, the 2012 penny reflects a time when physical cash circulation was beginning to decline due to digital payments, making high-grade survivors and notable error coins even more desirable as future collectibles. Collectors and investors closely monitor modern Lincoln cents like the 2012 no mint mark issue because experience has shown that today's overlooked coins can become tomorrow's key varieties, especially when rare errors are discovered years after release. Current market value for a normal circulated 2012 cent remains low, but very fine examples with sharp detail, original surfaces, and especially certified error varieties have sold for impressive prices at auctions and online marketplaces, proving that value in numismatics is not determined by age alone but by rarity, condition, and uniqueness. In conclusion, the 1 cent 2012 United States of America with no mint mark stands as a powerful reminder that even modern coins can carry historical importance and financial potential, and while most examples remain everyday change, the right coin, carefully examined, preserved, and authenticated, can transform into a valuable collector's item worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, securing its place in the evolving story of American coinage. Next video. The 1 cent 1986 United States of America with no mint mark is a fascinating modern Lincoln penny that holds far more historical and collector significance than most people realize, because it represents a mature phase of the post-1982 copper-plated zinc era while still being close enough to earlier transitional years to contain valuable varieties and errors that can command hundreds to even thousands of dollars in today's coin market when found in the right condition. The Lincoln Cent series, first introduced in 1909, is the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history, and by 1986 it had already undergone major compositional and production changes driven by rising metal costs and economic pressures, most notably the 1982 transition from solid copper to copper-plated zinc, which fundamentally changed the way pennies were struck, aged, and preserved. The absence of a mint mark on the 1986 penny indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most historically significant mint in the United States, and Philadelphia minted cents are often closely studied because they represent the standard production quality of U.S. coinage. In very fine condition, the 1986 no mint mark cent shows even, honest circulation wear while still retaining strong design elements, including a clearly defined portrait of Abraham Lincoln with visible hair detail above the ear, a recognizable coat line, a distinct jaw and cheek, and fully readable inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1986, all of which confirm that the coin has circulated but has not been excessively worn or damaged. The reverse design features the familiar Lincoln Memorial, used from 1959 to 2008, and in very fine condition the memorial's structure remains intact, with visible columns, clear roof lines, and legible inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent, giving the coin balanced eye appeal and historical character. Compositionally, the 1986 cent is made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating, a format that solved cost issues but introduced new types of minting errors and long-term preservation challenges, including plating blisters, exposed zinc, improper bonding, and surface deterioration, which today are carefully examined by collectors. Historically, the mid-1980s were a time of massive penny production, and billions of coins were struck to support everyday commerce, which means most examples were heavily circulated, dropped, scratched, or corroded, making very fine survivors increasingly desirable, especially those with original surfaces and minimal environmental damage. While ordinary circulated 1986 pennies are common, what elevates certain examples into the category of high-value collectibles is the presence of mint errors and varieties, including double die obverse or reverse lettering, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchettes, misaligned dies, die cracks, die breaks, struck-through grease errors, and plating errors where the zinc core is partially visible, and when these errors are dramatic, well-preserved, and professionally authenticated, their market value can easily rise into the hundreds of dollars, with rare or exceptional examples reaching the $1,000 range. Collectors also value the 1986 no mint mark cent as part of the broader Lincoln Memorial series, which is increasingly appreciated as a completed historical chapter in U.S. coinage, and modern collectors recognize that overlooked coins from the 1980s are now entering a phase where condition rarity and error scarcity are becoming more apparent. From a coin history perspective, the 1986 penny reflects a time when physical cash was still dominant in everyday life, but production efficiency had become the top priority for the U.S. Mint, resulting in coins that were plentiful yet imperfect, creating opportunities for collectors decades later. Ultimately, the 1 cent 1986 United States of America with no mint mark in very fine condition proves that value in numismatics is not determined by age alone, but by a powerful combination of history, condition, rarity, and unique minting features. And while millions of these pennies once passed unnoticed through pockets and cash registers, the right example today can emerge as a meaningful historical artifact worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, securing its place as an underrated but important piece of United States coin history. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. A new coin story awaits you every next day.